If you thought Kate Winslet and Leo DiCaprio had some serious on-screen chemistry in Titanic, especially during those steamy scenes, then you're in for a treat. Kate just spilled the beans about what it was really like filming those intimate moments with Leo, and trust me, it's quite a revelation. From their sizzling connection as Jack and Rose to their flirty antics as April and Frank, let's dive into Kate's surprising take on shooting those sexy scenes with Leo. When it comes to on-screen chemistry, Kate and Leo are in a league of their own. Their performances have wowed audiences for years, making them one of Hollywood's most beloved duos. The moment they first appeared together in Titanic, it was clear they had something special. Every little touch, glance, and word felt totally real, pulling viewers right into their characters' love story. The chemistry between them sparked emotions in everyone who watched, leaving audiences totally captivated and hungry for more. Their steamy moments in Titanic really set the film apart, and they're still iconic today. One scene that sticks in our minds is when Rose poses for Jack while he sketches her, with just the heart of the ocean necklace on. The vibe in that scene is electric. It's both vulnerable and sensual, but never goes too far. It feels like we're sneakily peeking in on something incredibly personal. And who could forget the famous love scene in the car where passion finally takes the reins? As the car windows steam up and Rose leaves a warm handprint on the glass, you can't help but feel the intensity of that moment. These scenes packed such raw emotion that viewers were drawn in, thinking they were witnessing something more than just acting. Many started to wonder if the chemistry between Kate and Leo spilled over into real life, giving their performances an extra layer of authenticity. This undeniable chemistry is one of the reasons why Titanic became such a massive hit, raking in huge box office numbers and earning praise from critics and fans alike all over the world. But beyond the impressive stats, Jack and Rose's love story really struck a chord with audiences on a deeper emotional level. Their relationship felt so real and passionate that it was something people could genuinely believe in, even after the movie ended. With performances that were convincing, it seemed like Kate and Leo must have found it easy to film those intimate scenes. Their on-screen passion flowed so effortlessly, it felt like everything came naturally between them. However, in a recent interview, Kate Winslet finally opened up about what it was really like filming those steamy moments with Leonardo DiCaprio, and her honesty has left fans completely taken aback. To everyone's surprise, Kate revealed that filming those intimate scenes wasn't exactly a walk in the park. In fact, she described the experience as awkward, which is a bit of a shock considering how smooth their chemistry looked on screen. This revelation has left many scratching their heads. How could a duo with such amazing chemistry find these moments difficult? Why would Kate feel uncomfortable, even with someone as close to her as Leo? The truth behind Kate's admission is even more surprising. While her recent comments about feeling awkward during those steamy scenes may raise eyebrows, what's truly jaw-dropping is that she wasn't even talking about Titanic. The film that made them one of Hollywood's most iconic pairings wasn't the cause of her discomfort at all. Instead, Kate's confession was actually a reference to Revolutionary Road, which was the second film that they had worked on together. There were a lot of fans who were taken aback by the fact that this movie brought the well-liked couple back together after a number of years had passed. After all, the intimate moments that they had in Titanic appeared to be so natural that it was difficult to think that there could ever be any tension involved between them. But here's the unexpected twist. When they were filming Titanic, Kate and Leo were simply young actresses with a lot of ambition who were attempting to make their mark in Hollywood. Leonardo was 22 years old, riding high on his success after Romeo and Juliet, and ready for another project that would go on to define his career. Kate, on the other hand, was just 21 years old and had just graduated from high school. She was eager to take on challenging tasks. Not only did their innate skill contribute to the chemistry that they had in Titanic, but it also reflected the freedom and enthusiasm that comes with being young and unmarried, especially when there are no major responsibilities that are holding them back. When Kate and Leo got back together filming the documentary Revolutionary Road in 2008, the atmosphere was entirely different from what it had been before. This movie was a dream come true for fans who had longed for the romance they had witnessed in Titanic, and when the news broke that they would be sharing the screen again, the enthusiasm wasn't even close to being able to be measured. On the other hand, in contrast to Titanic, which is centered around the first encounter between two young loves, Revolutionary Road has a significantly more pessimistic perspective on romantic partnerships. This film, which is based on the novel written by Richard Yates, tells the story of Frank and April Wheeler, a married couple who are unable to escape the monotony of suburban life during the 1950s. The weight of unmet goals and mounting animosity causes their marriage, which was once bursting with promise and ambition, to begin to crumble. Despite the fact that it is a raw and emotional picture of how love can fade over time, it demonstrates how the constraints of everyday life can squeeze the life out of even the most powerful relationships. When Revolutionary Road was released in theaters, Kate and Leo found themselves in quite different places in their personal lives, as well as in their professional lives. At the age of 33, Kate had already established herself as an actor and had received multiple nominations for awards. In addition to being a Hollywood heavyweight at the age of 34, Leo was also well known for his ability to play complicated roles in films such as The Aviator and The Departed. Their reunion for Revolutionary Road was not just a moment of nostalgia for fans. Rather, it was a meeting of two professional actors who were at the pinnacle of their art and were prepared to take on a tale that was significantly more difficult. The movie was a huge hit with critics, and it was nominated for a number of awards, including a Golden Globe for Kate's role in the movie. The film received a lot of praise from critics, who praised the tremendous connection that existed between the two stars and pointed out how their on-screen dynamic contributed to deeper emotional depth. Surprisingly, audiences found themselves once again charmed by the connection that Kate and Leo shared, despite the fact that the plot concentrated around the dissolution of love. Watchers were reminded of the enchantment they had created in Titanic many years ago by the ardent spark that was present in their scenes. Some hot scenes between Frank and April Wheeler convinced moviegoers that Kate and Leo had never lost the chemistry that made Titanic such a classic. These moments happened during the course of the film. In spite of the weighty subject matter of the movie, the personal scenes were imbued with a raw intensity that gave the impression of being really genuine. After another instance, viewers were left wondering how these two were able to make everything appear to be so straightforward. However, despite the fact that their on-screen relationship appeared to be ideal, the truth behind the scenes was completely different this time around the film. A startling turn of events occurred when Kate revealed that the process of recording those personal passages in Revolutionary Road was not at all comfortable. And what's even more strange is that her pain had nothing to do with Leo. Rather, it was caused by something much more unexpected. To let you in on the secret, Kate had already tied the knot by the time production began. However, this was not a simple disclosure. Her husband at the time was Sam Mendes, the very same individual who was directing Revolutionary Road. In his capacity as a renowned filmmaker, Mendes was present for each and every scene, even the private moments that occurred between his wife and Leonardo DiCaprio. Kate revealed that the fact that her husband was present throughout the filming of steamy scenes with Leo produced a very uncomfortable situation for them. When she looked up and noticed Mendes watching the activity, it completely shook her out of the experience and brought a feeling of realism back into her life immediately. This time, in contrast to the situation that occurred during Titanic, where there was an emotional safety net. The lines between her personal life and professional life became completely blurred, which added an entirely new dimension of complexity to a position that was already somewhat tough. The fact that this was not Kate Winslet's first marriage is quite interesting. The film director Jim Threapleton, whom she had met on the set of Hideous Kinky in 1998, was her husband before to her marriage to Mendes. They had been married for a period of time, they tied the knot in the same year and went on to have a daughter together, but they divorced in the year 2001. Following the conclusion of her marriage to Threapleton, Kate wed Mendes in the year 2003. The pair went on to have a kid together and appeared to be enjoying a healthy partnership in both their personal and professional lives. However, the strains of working together soon became too much for them to bear. And as a result, they divorced in 2011, just a few years after the release of Revolutionary Road. Despite the fact that the specifics of their breakup are concealed from public view, it is abundantly evident that balancing personal relationships with professional cooperation may be an extremely challenging endeavor, especially for seasoned performers. Regarding Leonardo DiCaprio, his private life has always been the subject of a great deal of curiosity from the general public. Leo, who is famous for his string of high-profile partnerships, has never truly settled down in the conventional sense since he began his career. The fact that he has avoided making long-term commitments throughout his career has led many people to make jokes about his unwillingness to get married. He has dated a number of notable models and actresses throughout the course of his career. Throughout the years, Kate and Leo have maintained their strong friendship despite the fact that their romantic paths have diverged. Their relationship has endured the test of time, demonstrating that certain bonds are robust enough to surpass the typical expectations of a romantic relationship. What is particularly remarkable is the fact that Kate managed to create such a compelling performance in Revolutionary Road, despite the fact that she was confronted with a number of emotional hurdles. The ability that Kate possessed shone brilliantly, despite the fact that it was uncomfortable for her husband to direct such intimate situations with Leo. It is a testament to her professionalism and commitment to her trade that she is able to maintain her concentration and completely submerge herself in the experience of doing her duties. The same can be said for Leo, who also gave a remarkable performance that was on par with Kate's intensity throughout the entire process. Their connection on screen is something absolutely unique, exhibiting a rare dynamic that few actors can reproduce regardless of how many times they work with. They demonstrated that their chemistry was not simply a one-time occurrence. It is something that sets them apart from other performers. It is interesting to note that the success of Revolutionary Road, despite the uncomfortable circumstances that occurred during filming, demonstrates how potent the chemistry between Kate and Leo actually is. There is a link between them that appears to extend beyond the confines of their own lives, and it is this connection that creates enchantment each time they appear in front of the camera. Having said that, this does bring up an intriguing question. To what extent does their chemistry extend beyond the confines of the screen? Perhaps the response will take you by surprise. In spite of the fact that Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio have a wonderful chemistry on screen, their relationship in real life has never been anything more than platonic. It may come as a surprise to fans who have witnessed them portraying lovers in films such as Titanic and Revolutionary Road that there has never been anything romantic between them. In point of fact, Kate has even joked in recent years that Leo is like a brother to her, which is a statement that sounds ironic when one considers the personal roles that they have played together. When we think of situations like Jack painting a naked rose in Titanic or their passionate interactions in Revolutionary Road, it is difficult not to laugh at the idea that Kate would name Leo her brother. This is especially true when we consider a scene in which Jack sketches Rose. However, this sarcastic remark provides a glimpse into the more profound connection that they have with one another. Their relationship is much more than just a romantic desire. It is a friendship that has been established over the course of many years on trust, experiences that they have had in common, and unshakable support. The friendship between Kate and Leo began in 1996, when both of them were still young and relatively fresh to the hustle and bustle of the Hollywood industry. Together, they were working on the set of Titanic. Almost immediately, they became friends, connecting over their sense of humor and a common desire to perform very well in their respective roles. The creation of Titanic was hardly a stroll in the park. It was a laborious endeavor that included long days, sequences that were intensely emotional, and scenes that took place in freezing water. Kate and Leo were able to find comfort in each other's companionship despite all of the insanity that was going on. This demonstrates that Kate and Leo have a bond that is as genuine as it can possibly be. Kate has frequently revealed how Leo became her biggest supporter during those difficult days on production. During those lengthy months of filming, Kate and Leo's bond flourished. Whether they were giving each other pep speeches in between takes or sharing inside jokes to lighten the tension, they kept each other laughing and sharing inside jokes. It is not true that this connection vanished as soon as the cameras stopped rolling. Rather, it has simply become stronger over the course of time. The fact that they have shared a wide range of experiences, including both the happy ones and the more challenging ones that come with being a part of high-pressure projects, is one of the reasons why their friendship has endured the test of time. Throughout all of the difficulties they have encountered, they have served as one another's emotional anchors, providing support to one another in a manner that can only be provided by close friends. One of the most vivid memories that they both have is connected to the chaos that occurred on the set of Titanic. Unpredictable events occurred on the last day of filming when a hallucinogenic drug was added to the beverages of several members of the team. This caused the situation to become extremely chaotic. People were wandering around, confused and disoriented as a result of the entire episode, which caused the set to become completely chaotic. The memory of that wild night is something that both Kate and Leo keep with them, despite the fact that neither of them has ever officially revealed who was responsible for the cruel joke. They have a mutually held secret that has only served to enhance their connection. This is only one of the numerous instances that have contributed to the consolidation of their friendship. The drawing of Kate's character, Rose, wearing only the Heart of the Ocean necklace is another cute little secret that they both have in common. This drawing is related to one of the most iconic scenes in the film Titanic. Despite the fact that Jack is depicted in the movie sketching the portrait, James Cameron, who was also the director of the movie, was the real artist behind it. This peculiar aspect is one that Kate and Leo have laughed about throughout the years, and it serves as a lighthearted reminder of the strange events that they have shared together. They have been there for each other through significant life events such as births, marriages, divorces, and the ups and downs of their careers as their friendship has developed over the course of their time together. In many instances, Kate expresses her gratitude to Leo for being her support, referring to him as a friend for life who has never abandoned her. In a similar vein, Leo has a lot of affection for Kate, and he frequently refers to her as one of the individuals who is closest to him in his life. During award events and public appearances, where you can feel the true warmth that exists between them, their mutual admiration is obviously on display for all to witness. Leo was extremely upset as he cheered for Kate from the audience when she was awarded the Golden Globe for her outstanding performance in Revolutionary Road. And when he eventually won his long-awaited Oscar for The Revenant, Kate was right there. She was one of the first people to give him a hug, and her face lit up with pride. Through the ups and downs of Hollywood life, they have managed to maintain their connection. In spite of the fact that they have pursued distinct professional paths, they have always been able to maintain their connection with one another, whether it be through intimate meals or brief catch-ups at award events. They are able to make it work despite the fact that their schedules are extremely busy. Both Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio have been moving in opposite directions in their professional lives over the past several years, despite the fact that it appears like their friendship is going to remain for the rest of their lives. Over the years, Kate has been increasingly interested in independent films, frequently choosing characters that question the rules of society and delve deeply into the nuances of human relationships. On the other hand, Leo has devoted his time and energy to environmental activism in addition to his acting profession, concentrating on projects that convey powerful social and political messages. Despite the fact that their professional paths may have varied, their connection is still as strong as ever. The fact that they talk about each other in interviews makes it abundantly evident that their friendship is founded on a profound affection and mutual regard for one another. There is something quite remarkable about the connection that exists between Kate and Leo. It is a connection that has flourished in spite of the pressures of celebrity, personal struggles, and the ups and downs of professional careers. In spite of the fact that they are pursuing different professional paths, their friendship appears to be virtually unshakable. It serves as a reminder that certain relationships go beyond the realm of romance. They are all about trust, understanding, and maintaining a commitment to one another throughout each and every stage of life. Despite the fact that they are so close, it is really interesting to watch how their journeys continue to develop. In light of the fact that they are both exceptionally brilliant, we can't help but wonder what intriguing new ventures they may undertake in the near future. With that in mind, let's take a look at Kate Winslet's most recent endeavor, which has been generating a lot of buzz this year. One of the most intriguing characters that Kate has played in recent years is in the film Ammonite, which is a daring period drama directed by Francis Lee. The life of Mary Anning, a fossil hunter who lived on the rough English coast, served as the inspiration for the film, which takes place in the 1840s. The variety that Kate possesses as an actress is on full display in this part, which is guaranteed to leave an impression on the audience. Despite the fact that Ammonite takes some artistic license with Mary Anning's life, it delves deeply into topics such as love, solitude, and the process of coming into one's own. Mary is a woman who lives a calm and alone existence, spending her days searching the shoreline for fossils. Kate plays the role of Mary. However, everything changes when she is entrusted to take care of a young woman named Charlotte Murchison, who is portrayed by Saoirse Ronan, who is a gifted actress. What begins as a connection that is relatively remote between the two women gradually develops into a passionate love affair between them. When Kate was given the opportunity to play Mary Anning, it was a clear and obvious choice for her to take on the role. Mary's quiet power, independence, and vulnerability particularly fascinated her. She has always been drawn to characters who have real emotional depth, and Mary certainly possessed all three of these qualities. Kate has stated in interviews that she was enthralled by the way in which Ammonite portrays a love tale that deviates from the conventional, all of which takes place against the backdrop of a harsh and uncompromising terrain. Kate found that taking on this post presented her with an interesting new challenge. Considering that she is the kind of performer who enjoys venturing outside of her comfort zone, Ammonite provided her with the opportunity to venture into uncharted territory. For her, it was a first of its kind to play a historical figure in a relationship with someone of the same gender, and she regarded it as a fantastic opportunity for her to develop as an actress. The opportunity to shed light on gay tales that are still underrepresented in mainstream cinema was another factor that inspired her to pursue this endeavor. One of the things that she enjoyed most about the movie was how it handled the relationship between Mary and Charlotte with sensitivity and respect, putting more of an emphasis on the emotional connection between the characters rather than sensationalizing their romance. Despite the fact that Ammonite did not fare particularly well at the box office, it was met with a great deal of critical acclaim, particularly for the roles that Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan played inside the film. The film was lauded for its nuanced storyline, magnificent photography, and profound emotional impact. The portrayal of Mary Anning that Kate gave stood out, with critics praising the way in which she managed to accurately represent both the stern demeanor of the character and her tenderness. The movie was very well received at a number of different film festivals, and it became a topic of discussion during the awards season. All of the reasons why Kate is considered to be one of the most accomplished actors of her generation were brought to everyone's attention by her performance. It is quite impressive that she is able to completely submerge herself in the lives of multifaceted characters and make them feel so real. On the other hand, that job in Ammonite did not come without its share of difficulties. Kate encountered a number of important challenges, one of the most significant of which was the reaction from certain members of the public inside the media. Many people appeared to be more interested in the romantic sequences that took place between her and Saoirse Ronan in the movie than they were in the tale itself. Kate added that she was inundated with inquiries that were specifically about those scenes. She specifically mentioned that she had never been asked any questions about those scenes when she was filming intimate scenes with male co-stars. As a result of this double standard, she became frustrated, which brought to light the persistent prejudices that society has toward same-sex relationships depicted on TV. There was no difference between the love sequences that Kate had worked on with male performers like Leonardo DiCaprio and those that she had worked on with Ammonite. The examination that they were subjected to, on the other hand, revealed that we still have a long way to go before we regard all forms of love in the same manner. In spite of the intrusive questioning and the general public's curiosity, Kate handled the situation with grace nonetheless. It was highlighted by her that the love narrative in Ammonite was about a great deal more than just physical intimacy. It was about connection, trust, and emotional healing. Rather than reducing the essence of the partnership to a few fleeting moments of physical intensity, she urged individuals to concentrate on the beauty of the connection. Despite the fact that Kate has experienced difficulty on occasion when recording erotic scenes, she has never allowed that discomfort to hinder her from providing her best performance. This is true, regardless of whether her scene partner is a guy or a female. On many occasions, she has showed her capacity to persevere through unpleasant situations, which has led to depictions that are unfiltered and genuine, which have the ability to attract people. Her work on Ammonite was a remarkable demonstration of her commitment to the project. Kate took on the task with the same level of enthusiasm and professionalism that she brings to each and every project she works on. A strong working relationship was maintained between her, Saoirse, and Francis Lee, the director of the picture, in order to guarantee that each and every scene was authentic and emotionally satisfying. Kate even insisted on choreographing the love scenes personally, making certain that they accurately mirrored the emotional journey of the characters and did not become unnecessary. She poured her heart into her performances alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic and Revolutionary Road, and her dedication to the character in Ammonite speaks volumes about her determination to challenge herself and explore new creative regions. In the same way, she took on the role of Ammonite. Over the course of her career, Kate Winslet has repeatedly demonstrated that she is an excellent actor who is capable of delivering strong performances regardless of the difficulties that may be involved. Whether she is playing a teenage lover in Titanic, a troubled wife in Revolutionary Road, or a solitary fossil collector in Ammonite, she offers depth, honesty, and vulnerability to every role that she plays. Her performance in Ammonite demonstrates that she is able to venture outside of her comfort zone and embrace characters that challenge the boundaries that society has established. This demonstrates Kate's commitment to her art and her ambition to make a significant contribution to the film business. Her willingness to take on unique roles and convey tales that are underrepresented is a reflection of her dedication. In a manner that is reminiscent of her previous work with Leonardo DiCaprio, she demonstrates once more that she is capable of achieving success regardless of the circumstances. Each and every one of the characters that Kate Winslet portrays is characterized by a singular combination of fragility and strength, and she is able to captivate audiences with her ability to convey in-depth feelings. Her performance in Ammonite serves as a reminder of the reasons why she is considered to be one of the most admired actors of her generation. Whether she is working alongside her brother, Leonardo DiCaprio, or exploring new ground in films like Ammonite, her career is a testament to her brilliance, resilience, and willingness to take chances. Her career is a monument to her talent. Regarding the dynamics of the relationship between Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, it is intriguing to observe how their connection has developed over the course of their time together. Their connection has remained strong, defined by mutual respect and great fondness, from the early days when they worked together on the set of Titanic to the more recent collaborations that they have worked on together. Because of their one-of-a-kind connection, it is clear that a platonic relationship can be extremely powerful, surpassing the expectations of a romantic partnership. I am curious in your thoughts regarding the dynamics of the relationship between Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio. Share your thoughts with us in the comments box below. If you found this video to be enjoyable, please share it with others, like it, and subscribe to the channel. It is also highly recommended that you watch the video that is currently being displayed on your screen. You will not want to miss it.